Hey, it's Chris. We are looking at the grocery list application, and let's see, it's not running right now. So let's add some hotkeys to it, and then we'll be able to go up and down in the grocery list. So let's get this fresh up. So the package we're looking at is this hotkeys. And the hotkeys package, it's a JavaScript library. It's been imported into React and then into React hooks. So if you pay attention to the screen, it should show which keys are being pressed. Let's see, Shift A. So it's got a lot of cool features. We're not using this installation right here. We're going to look for the React hooks version. So yarn workspace web add react-hotkeys-hook. Hope you're all having a good weekend. So what we want to do is we want to be able, not sure why it's showing that. When we look up these, we want to be able to up and down arrow to select items. It's not working right now. You can hover over them and select them, but we want to up down arrow to select them. So that's going to require a few things. And we'll manage that in the item search cell. So let's import from React, use state. I'll start with use state. So this is an array that's being mapped over. We need the iterator as well. That way we know which one we're on. And the default is going to be, let's move these all to new lines so we can see it clearly. The default is going to be 0. Because it's always starts at 0. So use state, and what should we call this? Selected user item, and React team recommends camel case it. Initial state's going to be at 0. So let's see. We need some way to indicate which item's being hovered. So let's make this a template literal. And we will say what do we call it? Selected user item is equal to 0. Give it a few classes. No class if it's equal to 0. And we'll say BG Indigo 500. So actually not equal to 0, that will always be 0, but if it's equal to the iterator. Okay, let's see what this looks like. So the milk is always selected. It's not what we want. We're gonna up and down arrow. I don't know if you can see, but it is iterating inside this input. But we at least have it hovering, or selecting the first item. So let's see. Let's check. Incompatible module. NVM again. Let's see. NVM use 12. Tricks me up every time. Gotta make sure that this comes down. The other thing we're going to need is import. What did we call that module? React-hotkeys-hook. And we're going to import use hotkeys. So warnings. Right. So let's see. We've got use hotkeys imported. What do they say to do next? Let's copy that. Put this right here. Actually, no. Hooks need to go at the top. Alright, so why don't we, instead of doing that, why don't we listen to all the hooks? And let's just console log what comes in. So it takes a string with the keys to listen to at first, then it has the event and the handler, and then looks like options at the end. So take the event and handler. Let's see. Let's console log the event, see what we get back. So now, when I hit the keys on something, loading. Complaints on the server? No. No complaints here either. Try restarting the server. Should be showing the event. But it's not, which is very strange. So I can't figure out why this isn't showing up. Anybody watching? Nope. Let's see. Does it matter the order that this was in? Why it would. Let's see, are there other... Hook takes care of the binding and unbinding. Okay, let's check. It's mentioning something about inputs. Let's check. Let's add a options filter. makes any difference. Okay, so it's showing tests now. Okay. So apparently there's some sort of interrupt on when the browser's focus is in here. So okay, I'm up and down arrowing. Okay, so let's look at this keyboard event. So it returns a bunch of which keys are being hit, and it looks like we can go over the key to so let's do a switch event.key default. Oops, sorry. So the default will we'll log out the event key, and let's see, that's backspace. Arrow down and arrow up are the names. So we'll say arrow down, down, up. I think this should look pretty good. So it looks like until this is dropped in, it won't show until there's any items. It's not going to show. It's not going to listen for these hotkey clicks. So this is specifically when the drop down is showing. So what we need to do is when we arrow down, we need to change the set selected user item, and we need to increment that by 1. So that'll be selected user item. Nope, it's not gonna, yeah, it's gonna be selected user item plus 1. Copy that and drop it down here, and we'll do -1. Alright, let's see what happens when... Ooh, we got... we've got some sort of error, but let's display what that selected user item is. Zero, 1. Huh. What's going on here? I know what's going on. So alright. Now it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which doesn't make sense in this case. But when it's on these, it is actually showing that. So we need to bound those by stop displaying tab. We need to bound those by 0 or the length -1. So we've started to show the which item the user, item the user's selected, not user item, which item they selected. These are actually canonical items, so I need to fix that. So I'll rename those. But the user is now able to select items from the drop-down using the arrows. And we can also look at doing tabs and shift tabs. So this should be tab. I'll have to figure out how to do shift tab because this is just going over the key. So that one, the way that I've created it, we may have to look at something different, but let's see. Tab should work now. Tab, tab. Ooh, that's a bit confusing. So if you noticed, this is jumping ahead of default browser behavior. So tab, let's also event prevent default. So now tab works without changing focus of the item using the browser's defaults. Oh, you can't see, sorry. Okay, I'll show you what I did. Ah, that's tricky. So this is probably a big no-no. So I've added tab, so it will tab, but look, this is the browser's focus state, and this is where we're focused, so they're not matched. So yeah, that's an issue. I can kill that, but one of the keyboard shortcuts that I've been using, this is part of the operating system. So now that's working, but I've been using Alt Tab, and even Alt Tab, maybe it is working. Okay. So I'm gonna put this may be contentious. So I think that's good for now. Short video today. Got a barbecue to go to, so I'm gonna be grilling it up. But anyways, we've added a drop down with the ability to up and down arrow with it. We need to add selecting in the next one, and let's see what else. I might get rid of this tab. I don't know. Still think about that one. Anyways, have a good weekend, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.